Yeah.
Right?
Hello, welcome back. It's only
Hi,
been an hour.
hi. Did you miss me?
Hello, everybody in the side chat. I did. I missed you for all that time.
All that time. All that time.
Hello, everybody in the side chat. Hi, Els, Bells, Snowdrop, Charlotte Tweedy, Abby, I'm guessing Abby 724. 724. I love all these numbers at the end of people's names. It makes it difficult to respond to because I'm like, and anyone else in the chat? Princess. Yeah, hello everybody. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so we're going to talk about as ever and
Yay!
the recent broadcast actually of someone actually finding out where the what was the name of the lady again that found out where she sourced it from? You did. Let me just get it up. Hold on a second.
It's
I forgot her name. What was her name? Something.
Life is beautiful. Beautiful life.
No, it is. Hold on. No, it's called at Think Beautiful Forever. And she did it. She don't. Yeah, you were close. She done a video, and she'd found out where this tea is sourced from. And there is just a crazy markup on this tea, and we're going to go through it. If you guys are aware of this or not, we're going to go through where it comes from and the markup and how she found that out. It's a great video
because now it's Winegate
as well. Yeah, and Winegate as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start then with this. Just bear with me a second. So as we all know, As Ever sells quite a few products. Well, not that many.
A select few.
She's a select few. I'm going to bring up the website. Okay. We're going to go to the products. I had it all open and it's all just disappeared. Right. Okay. So share screen. Right, okay, so we have, so on here we've got the As Ever crepe mix, shortbread, apricot spread, honey, apricot spread again, and then here we've got the teas and the flour sprinkles. Okay, so these are $15 for the flour sprinkles. The herbal hibiscus tea is $12, and the herbal
for $12. $1 a pouch for 12.
Yes,
$1 a pouch.
Yeah. For 12, yeah. So expensive tea.
Yep.
Herbal peppermint tea, raspberry spreads. Yeah, it's quite a basic collection. Not really much going on. She's sold out on everything. She's sold out on most of her products. Yeah, she's sold out on everything. And one thing that's coming soon is the raspberry spread. I mean, she's sold out. Why does she not have enough stock? I just find that really bizarre. She sells out and then waits for.
Well, when you only have 10 products, it's not that hard, right? So it's so it's a laughable thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a limited run. This is going to be over. Like, it's done. I don't see it coming back. She said before in a podcast, because I've listened to all of them, and she said that she wanted to do things that were seasonal and yada, yada, yada. So I don't know if something's going to come back in the winter or in the new year. I heard then in the year. Who knows? Right? But it's a limited run. This is for her to get a quick buck. Let's just be honest, right? She's not in for this for the long haul. It's what's the word? Like it's like a pop culture kind of thing. It's a collectible, right? Like, but it's never going to be around forever.
No. Well, okay, so is the video gone? It's gone off the thing, hasn't it? Hold on a second. I'm just getting the other website up now. This lady, she found out that she was sourcing her products from the Republic of Tea. And I'm going to get up the website and you guys can have a look at it. I'm just such a slow person, aren't I? Oh. Right, okay. Share screen. Right. Republican tea. So we've got here the teas. So they have their own teas. It's all about tea. They also have like a Bridgerton style tea as well. So they're kind of are trying to be quite royal anyway, this website, which is interesting. So Meghan was maybe drawn to this. However, we're looking now at the teas that they sell. Now, for $11, I think you get how many bags? 30 bags?
36.
32 bags. Okay, so she's doubling her money.
Tripling.
Now, so she's sourcing her tea from here and rebranding it as her own. Now, do you not think that she should be transparent when it comes to what she's actually selling? Because that's not really something that's an original collection then, is it? Let's be honest, it's not her tea. And to kind of sell it off as something else is hoodwinking her customers and her consumers. What do you think, Heather?
Well, I'm not shocked. At all. Like, I've been saying this for a long time. If you think Megxie is growing tea leaves and got a big production going on, you're on the same glue as her. Same with now she has a winery, apparently, right? No. So it doesn't shock me by any means. This, of course, it's coming from somewhere else. You're right. She's hoodwinking the commoners, the public, into her and her narrative of I work so hard. The only thing she's working hard on is trying to convince us she works hard, right? So there's nothing wrong with buying the tea from this other place, right? And there's
nothing.
Stuff works though, right? Like I could go to a wholesaler and buy a bunch of t-shirts and pay $2 for them and sell them for $1,000 if I wanted to. But I'm not going to say I made the t-shirt and I was there sewing it, right?
No.
So this is how business works.
I want to show you. I want to show you here. This is how we know. This is from the coding, because we wouldn't have known otherwise. And the coding here says the brand, where it comes from. So the name of the flower sprinkles as well as from the Republic of Tea. And the brand there, it says Public of Tea. Yeah, and this is the same. This continues. The coding is broken down in the back of the website. And it's clear as day that this is not her product. So this isn't just being made up. We've actually know for a fact that's sitting on all of her teas, and this and none of it comes from her. And I also have the breakdown here as well of the markup that she has on these products, because it's one thing to, I mean, I know she's got to make a profit, and I get that, you know,
but
we
there's
all want to
hosing people, right? Like,
yeah, but this is diabolical, because, you know, you could just get this tea for half the price. Bear with me a second.
See, and this is my 2 cents of where she went wrong. And I was talking about this.
Yeah. So look, oh, sorry, 2 seconds. The Republic of Tea, $11.50. You get 36 tea bags at 30, works out at 32p. And then, as ever, $12, 12 tea bags. Cost per tea bag. $1. I mean, 32 cents. Sorry, I'm so used to saying pennies here. Cents. So yeah, unbelievable, really. So 3 times the price for 33% less, not double, even more so, right? So that's insane. What were you going to say, Heather, before I interrupted
sorry.
you?
I was going to say, I don't understand why Duchess Delulu wants to start at the bottom, right? You have a name. You can go anywhere. And we talked about this before. The dish soap story that I'm not going to repeat because we've all heard it a gazillion times. Why didn't she pair with that dish soap company, Palmolive, Dawn, whoever the hell it was, and say, listen, I want a Duchess Delulu scent, and she gets, you know, a limited run. She doesn't have to do anything. She just slaps her name on that. Dawn or Palmolive does all the work. She gets a kickback.
Yeah.
You could be a person, donate a little bit to charity.
Mm.
You could go to this tea place and say, listen, you already got all the stuff. Slap my name on something. Give me some money. Let the money pour in. I don't know why you want to take the hard way, which is what it looks like to me. But then again, now I'm going to contradict myself, because after listening to all these podcasts Delulu's on, she is money driven. So she said something to that Emma Greedy?
Greed, or
about her kids wearing clothes and other people making a profit off of it. She's like, that rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm paraphrasing.
Really?
She said something like that. And I was like, yeah, because you're not getting the bag, right? So she just thinks, well, if I keep everyone out of it, she gets to be Scrooge McDuck. Money, 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 right? But then you're doing everything shady, and this happens.
I think that she could do what she wants she can sell what she wants on her website. I think that's absolutely fine. But to rebrand it, even though you're just taking somebody else's product and putting it in a different box, is insane. That is, I'm sure, is that even legal? I don't know. I mean, maybe it is. It must be, because she's doing it. But she must, you know, be buying she should be buying in bulk. And if she's not buying in bulk, then what? Well, if she was buying in bulk, then her products wouldn't be selling out, would they? So I don't
you
understand.
can buy in bulk, but like, how much is bulk? Right? Bulk could be 1,000 units. Bulk can be 100 units. Right? So, but you're right. It's like, that's how I got my name, Heather from the Hood. And I forgot my jam upstairs. You just slap your name over your jam and be like, no, I got jam too. Same with the dog biscuits. You just slap your name over it. Right?
Yeah. But it's a lazy way of creating a collection, isn't it? When it's not yours, there's no effort being put into it.
But she works so hard. She works so hard.
It's a quick way to make a quick buck, right? That's how I see it. It's and she thinks she's onto something here, but where in fact there's nothing special about these products, because they're somebody else's. If you're a Meghan fan, you want to have something that's exclusively hers, right?
Should have been dish soap.
Oh.
Seriously, it should have been dish soap. That would have been funny. I should work in PR. Like, like seriously. I don't think of tea or crumpets or flour sprinkles. And what happens when you eat all those flour sprinkles? What kind of GI issues are you going to get? Like, seriously. I'm not a bunny. I'm not Thumper. I'm not eating flowers. Like, that's weird.
Oh,
I don't want
that's
to be
brilliant.
disgusting.
So the flour sprinkles, they're edible, aren't they? Then they are. I mean, it's a great idea. I like all the edible flowers. I think they're great for decoration and make a dish look lovely. But they're expensive too. And again, they're not original. They're from that website.
You can go down to PetSmart here in Canada and buy flour sprinkles that you feed to your bunny, right? Like,
yeah,
for half the price. Like, it's just, it looks shady. It really, really, really does. I think she should just have partnered with people. It would have been so much better.
So Kourtney Kardashian has her brand, doesn't she? Poosh, I think it's called. And she also, what she does is she has her own products on her website, but she also has a list of other people's products which are relevant to her brand and are in line with her well-being business. Right. So she'll have, say for example, there's a brand called Fig Femme on there, but it clearly states that you can buy it through her website, but it's not her product. Right, which I think is good because you're being transparent with your consumers. You're not buying something from her, you're something that she aligns with and she supports. And I think Meghan maybe should have gone down that route and gone, okay, so what I want to do in food and health brand, I'll sell products that I align with and then have something that's original for herself, because that way you're still making money from different avenues. But she's not done that. She's lied. Really, right. She's duping people into buying something that they think is an original product from Meghan and that she's put love and care and time into, and that's not the case. And I think you need to be transparent with people because we're not all idiots. We don't just sit here and just listen to something and go, that's true, or watch something and that's true. We do our own research. And was she not wise enough to think that we might find this out at some point?
I think Duchess DeLulu thinks she's the smartest person in the room and she couldn't find her ass with both hands. Like, she is just on another planet, right? And she does. That's why she uses word salad. And it's like being on the teacups at Disneyland. You just get spinning and you're like, what is this broad talking about? But that's her way of doing things, right? Yeah. I don't blame her at all either. So I don't want to hear people saying, oh, I hate Meghan Markle. I don't hate her. If I hated her, I wouldn't talk about her. But it's the deception of it.
That's
right?
Exactly. That's the word
and
I'm looking for.
It feels very snake oil salesman. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, it does. No, 100%. It sounds she's like a wheeler dealer.
Right? Yeah. And she's very much a chameleon. I'll give her that. She can adapt to any situation.
Yeah.
But that's a person who doesn't know who they are either. So when you're talking about which one
identity,
was that? The Kourtney Kardashian. This is what. So Heather from the Hood loves Frozen. I like butterflies. I like stuff. So this is who I am. And if I don't have butterflies, you can go get a pet butterfly at this store. La la la. It's still on brand, right? Megsy just throws spaghetti at a wall and hope it sticks, but she doesn't know who she is. Well, she does. She just doesn't want to embrace it.
No, she definitely has has an identity crisis. But if a lot of actresses are like that, though, they because I don't know, it's something, there's some psychology behind being an actress or an actor.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's called low self-esteem. And you need public validation. That's the truth.
You're right. Yeah, that's completely right.
Yeah, it is.
And you were talking about the wines, so we've obviously dissected that, the websites.
Oh, wait, before we move on to the wine.
Yeah.
So in that analytics that I don't understand, but where it says the brand name of the tea, she went back after it got exposed. She went back the next day, deleted it, and put in as ever. So now it doesn't. Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yes,
no way.
So guilty, right? So after
it's
this brilliant creator,
we've got the information. It's too late.
Yeah, it's already there. So she went back the next day, and I'm sorry, what's her beautiful whoever, what was that girl's name? I'm so sorry.
Oh,
beautiful.
I know, I keep forgetting her name. Well, I don't know why I keep forgetting her name, because it's not that hard.
I'm sorry.
Remember.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No. I'm just, let me get it again.
Beautiful life. Beautiful. Ah, damn it. This is what happens when I don't write stuff down. You guys know in the chat. Help me out again. So she went, so Duchess Delulu, or the team, delete, and puts her name in. And she screenshotted it. And she went back the next day. She's like, that's funny.
Wow.
So if you weren't trying to keep secrets, why would you do that?
I mean, it's just so shady, isn't it? And she, it's she's trying to fool people into thinking she's doing all this work, and creating something that's unique and bespoke, really, for her audience, for her customers, and yet there is no effort involved in it whatsoever, and it's I mean, who is saying to her this is okay to do? Who's or is she just not asking anybody?
No,
for any
advice? I'm sure with all the turnover of the staff, that's been a gazillion people. Anyone who goes against the queen, heads are going to roll, right? That's why everyone gets fired. So you're just like, all right, whatever. It's like
whatever
all those
want to do,
women wanting to go to space.
The echo chamber, it's an echo chamber,
whatever, right? So there's no arguing with her. She knows all.
Yes, I think you're right, and I do think she likes to work alone. I don't particularly think she's a team player, because we've worked out that her staff members do leave, and there's a high staff turnover. We don't have the full reason as to why, but I'm pretty much guessing that they're quite difficult to work with. There are rumors that they're difficult to work with, but I'm pretty sure no one can speak about that because they've signed NDAs and things like that. So we won't kind of know until they do something that is illegal, and then that NDA can be broken. Can be broken.
Right.
So it's very interesting, but I do think that you have to be transparent with people if you're selling a product. I don't think you should be doing this, really, especially if she wants to be a premium brand, and if she wants to have respect. If she wants respect from her fans, you have to put the work in. You can't just do a
well, we were talking about this. She was always talking about, I work so hard, and you said, because she watches other people work. I know what hard work is. Yeah, because the other people are doing it for you, right?
Yeah.
So the wine. Okay, so
let's go into the wine. Yeah, go on then. Tell me about the wine.
The wine is, and it was on her Instagram. This is where I saw it. When it came up, it said Napa Valley wine. I was like, okay, well, that was easy to figure out because you put it there. So Napa Valley's in California. Okay. And it's big wine country. Now, I was like, well, who's doing it? The same girl that I cannot remember her name. The beautiful person said, oh, we found the winery where the wine's coming from. And I was like, oh my God. So the winery is called, and I'm going to butcher this name. I'm just telling everyone. This is what's being said. What do I say? Allegedly? Like, this is what the rumor is, man. Don't come after me. But it's a German last name, and I'm not German. So it's Kunde. So
Kund.
Is that how you would say it in German?
I'm just thinking out loud. I don't speak German,
so think beautiful. Thank you.
That's it. Think beautiful. You. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
I remember that. It's
I got the beautiful part down. Clearly, I don't think. So it's Kunde winery.
Kunde.
So Kun.
To be fair, I do not know any German whatsoever, so I can't pretend I know how to pronounce that. I can get the website up though if you want. Do that.
It's a nice website. I looked. Yeah, why don't you do that?
Kunde. I'm going to call it Kunde. Kunde. It sounds a bit rude, actually. I think we're on the.
I think we're saying
on the cusp of.
I tried finding someone saying it, and I couldn't. So sorry.
Hold on.
That's why I'm spelling it. But so this.
There we go. This is it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at them.
It's
great.
Really nice. Yeah. In Sonoma. So Sonoma is not right in the Napa Valley. So I guess it's very close because Sonoma is 45 minutes from San Francisco. And Sonoma to Napa Valley is 20 minutes. So it's not that far, right?
Okay.
So they have a rosé wine.
Do they?
And it's $40 American, which would be like $80 for your friend Heather over here in Canada.
Oh, yeah. I can't get any wines from America.
And I'm Canadian. I'm not buying American wine. I'll tell you that right now.
It's not worth it now. You're going to... If they're doing a Meghan Markle on you, they're marking everything up.
No, well, you know what? I'm spoiled living in British Columbia. We are like, you want wine? I could walk to 5 wineries right now. Like there is wine everywhere. And it's a good place to come. So I'm not buying American wine. But what is going on is
wine.
What I think is happening is Duchess DeLulu went in there and said, listen, I need to make some wine. And they're like, here, it's a blend, because that was on her Instagram. I remember some things. It was a blend of rosé with having, she used the words stoned fruit. So stoned fruit meaning peaches, nectarines, apricots, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And use this fancy word of, and I had asked my sister because she's really into wine of what it meant.
Yeah.
She said it was, because I was like, what the hell does that mean? Bespoke blend. So
bespoke blend, yes. Personalized again. Personalized. Okay.
See, I didn't know what that meant. I asked my sister.
Bespoke, yes, yeah.
So like a custom blend.
A customized, yes.
Right? But again, the word blends in there, right? So
blend.
And that's all on Delulu's IG. That's where I got it from.
Yeah.
So this winery is going to make it, drop ship it, put the label on it, they'll get a kickback, right? I couldn't find out if you could do, like here in Canada, you can do what's called U-Brew, or at least where I live in British Columbia, U-Brew. So you go to a store and you can brew your own wine and your own beer.
Yeah.
So you go, you get a kit. Yeah. So a lot of people do it for weddings because it's cheaper, right? Than going to the liquor store and buying the wine. And I was like, is this what Duchess DeLulu is going to do? Right. But this winery's on the hook, so I guess there's no price on Meg's wine. So we were all taking guesses the other day of how much this wine's going to be. I guessed 19.99. Now I think I'm wrong because
it's
their
going to be
wine starts at. Hey man,
so
I'm cheap. I'm
much
Heather from the Hood
more
for a
than
reason.
that. Yeah, come on.
So, but theirs
if
starts at.
If she can mark up tea by 3 times, that wine's going to be, whoo, it's astronomical. It's going to.
Oh, Nicola here says Kunda.
Kunda. There we go.
Means customer in German. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. See, beautiful. We can all educate each other. That's what I love. We can all learn something new.
So but this winery has already been outed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Would you book a wine tour with this company and buy all their rosé wine? And because it's probably going to be the same one as Delulu got. I don't see them going to hate because wine takes forever. Like you got to grow the grapes, you got to stomp on the grapes, you got to do all this blah, and then filter it. It takes a while to make wine.
It takes a long time. Yeah, yeah.
So
like most things that you want, honey's a long process. Growing olives and doing olive oil, all that stuff. It's just you actually have to have real dedication and time and a passion for it because it's a lot of work, right? It is a lot of work. Sorry.
Well, could you see Duchess Delulu and King of the Spares out in the backyard picking grapes, stomping on them like Lucy and Ethel, right? And they're going to do all that? Come on.
No,
it's not happening. So this is where I get confused again. Why didn't you just team up with this winery and then put out a Duchess Delulu wine and they could sell it wherever? But again, it comes down to money. So I don't know why I keep asking the same question because she wants to take out the middleman.
She does want to take out the middleman because she wants to control the whole process and she wants as much revenue as she can get. And I think that's what it comes down to, because when you do a collaboration, if that company is doing all the work, you get less. I think the deal would be, the percentage would be lower for you. And you can't control how that's sold. I don't think you can control how that's advertised. So you end up kind of being under somebody else's wing and being told what to do, and she doesn't like that, does she? So
sorry, and especially like with the drop shipping.
Yeah.
So she can either she can't put her address on like it came from her place, right? So you need an address for shipping and it's going to be the winery, right? She's not going to put her home address on there.
You could get a business address though, can't you? You can.
But the shipping company has to pick up from a certain place and the shipping company is going to put that address where they pick up from.
Yeah, but it won't. She might have a storage unit or somewhere that she would have a different address. True. So then she's got another thing to.
And then you'd have to have inventory there. Yeah. Right.
But she would maybe want to mask that becoming where it's coming from originally. And if she does, then she'd have to do that. Unless she's so brazen that she doesn't care and she thinks so it doesn't really matter. I mean, she wasn't clever enough to hide the coding on the tea. Is she going to do it? Is she going to slip up with the wine?
Everyone already knows.
Yeah. Well, we all know. Yeah.
But like we already know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they're probably getting inundated. I'd like to talk to the receptionist there. How many phone calls are going on? Like they actually are the ones coming out pretty good right now, because I think with wine tours and it's summer vacation, people would be like, hey, this is where Duchess Delulu's getting her wine from. Why not go there? They're going to make all the revenue. They have a restaurant and, wine tours are fun. I've done a couple.
I've never done one ever.
Oh, it's fun. When you come to Canada, I'll take you. It's good.
Yeah, time. Thank you.
And
I'll probably collapse in a field.
That's all right.
I won't spit the wine out.
It's a lot of fun. But it again goes with money. So when she approached them, did she say, hey, I'm going to buy X amount of batch, and for whatever I sell, I give you the percentage that we agreed on? Or do they take care of the money and then give her the percentage? Because it has to work one of the two ways.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I just don't know if it was even worth your time. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how much she marks it up. And I personally think it's going to be a lot. It's going to be, she can 3 times a tea, like I said before. She might do the same with the wine, you know?
What were you going to do? $100 for wine?
Listen, you can buy wine for crazy
Oh,
amounts.
no, I know.
Yeah. So she could potentially mark it up by 5 times if she wanted to. You know, she can do whatever she wants with marking it up. There's no rules and regulations with that, really. But it's still deceitful. It's still weird because it's not yours. It's not.
I find it funny for how many celebrities are in the wine business.
They go into the alcohol brands
and rosé has been done. Like it again. I have for my 40th birthday. My sister got me. I love 80s hair bands, right? Let me tell you, and she got me Bon Jovi rosé. It's still in my wine rack. I haven't even touched it.
Oh, that's cool.
And like it's cool because I love Bon Jovi, right? But everyone has a rosé. Like I don't know. I just think it's been done.
Well, I think so. You've got Kendall Jenner does the 8 tequila, yeah, and 818 tequila. And then Kevin Hart does it now. The Rock
George
does,
Clooney.
Yeah. So they've all, and it must obviously. Oh, even Ricky Gervais, he's got his own vodka out, hasn't he?
Oh, does he?
Got the barn.
I don't know.
Yeah. So there must be something lucrative in that business, but it's their own. They've made it. It's their. It's not from anywhere else.
Right.
It's theirs. And you can collaborate with a company and do that together. But it seems to me she doesn't like working with people because I feel like she doesn't take anyone else's opinions on board and she thinks she knows best.
Well, she's number one guy in the group, and I totally agree with you on that, right? Like she is not in a board meeting listening to others' perspectives. That is not happening.
No, yeah.
It's what Megzy wants, Megzy gets.
Yes.
Right? So, and when you're in the wine industry, the alcohol industry, it's not just one person. It's many people. Hey!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you were there and I didn't see you because how long have you been waiting for?
Not too long. I had a full house. All of a sudden, my son's going to France tomorrow.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah. So where is my my passport, my euro, running around. Everything always, it doesn't matter how old they are. Mom has to take care of a lot of things.
Of course. You never stop, do you? That's the thing. It's lovely though. It's lovely. So we were just talking about the wine and where it's coming from.
Yeah, we know the vineyard. We know the manufacturer. We know the maker. And that winery was just bought up in 2024 family. And I don't know if that means anything, but I don't know if there's a connection there.
Sorry, you cut out. Bought out by who?
Sorry, someone just bought it in 2024 October. They bought the winery, so maybe there's a connection there. Some guy is doing multi-brands. I think it's the Adair family. So that's very interesting.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Gotta play Blues Clues.
Yeah, exactly, right?
We're going to talk about Blues Clues because we're really smart.
I love Blues Clues.
All right? Like, my kids are old, too, and that song's still in my head. Oh my God.
Jay Adair, Adair. He buys the Kunde or whatever they're called and Vinasa wineries in 2024, I think October.
Okay.
So this is in Sonoma. So maybe through him, she has more access because it's probably a few wineries they're buying, and therefore you have more inventory, right? So a lot of times when they merge them together.
Or it's Buddy from Netflix's Buddy, because that last name sounds very, very rich.
Well, yes, and that's the first thing I did. I went to chat, or as my girlfriend calls it, Chad GBT. I went to Chat GBT and I said, "Is there a link between this family and Harry or Meghan?" And it just came up with a bunch of random things. Didn't link it together, but maybe there is a story there. Who knows?
Oh, there
is. I wanted to actually ask you as well, Manuela. How much? See, I know you have your own website. I mean, what are the rules around markups on products? How far can you go, or is there not any rules at all?
There is no real little. I mean, there is some things called price gouging. So there are certain rules around, I think, the essentials. So you can't really mark up milk or bread or eggs like unless there's something weird.
Yes.
But for example, and I'm talking more about skincare and makeup. I mean, the markups are $800-900 times, right? I mean, you pay maybe $2 or $3 for the product, and then you can sell the product for $200. I mean, it all depends on your marketing, your distribution, your celebrity. But as a rule of thumb, it's by volume. So when you make a product, so for example, we make a product, we tell you the cost of goods. So that's going to tell you how much like the grapes are and the bottle is and the cap and the label. And you kind of have an idea. So labels are about 10 to 50 cents each. Caps are going to be 10 to 25 cents each. Bottles could be maybe $1. And that's usually around. And then the actual grape itself, it's going to, or the wine itself, or the essence itself could again be between $1 or something like that. Then it's going to be the volume, right? So if you're under 5,000 units, you pay a markup of maybe 30% manufacturing overhead, as opposed to 15% manufacturing overhead. So volume will actually affect your cost. Now that when you have it as a cost, so say the bottle costs $3 to make. That's $3 doesn't include the shipping back to you or shipping to the customer, putting it, there's no markup on that. That's only the manufacturing cost. So now you're going to have to look at your own hard costs. Do you have a distributor? Do they have to get a percentage, 10 to 15, 20%? Then you want to make, how much do you want to make on it? 30, 40, 50% or 100% on it. So all these things layer in. Do you have an agent? Do you have a PR company? Are you paying for SEO? That's 10 cents here, another 50 cents there. So that's going to add to the price. So when you think about something that costs $3 or $4 to you, you may sell it for $30 because you're only going to take home 15 of it. Everything else is going to go to costs.
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah. I know. I completely understand that you have to mark it up, but if it's not originally hers, it just feels like a bit of a farce. If it's your own product, it's different. But she's just buying it from another website.
Yeah. So there's two ways. I mean, when we do private label, we do private label that you've come to me and you say, I would like a product that does X, Y, and Z, and we sit down and we build it for you. Or they say, I really like that thing. Can I have it and just stick my label on it?
Okay.
And that changes the experience 100%, right? Because the one that you like that I already made, that's going to cost you pennies compared to the one I have to build for you.
Yes. So she's cutting costs down by copying and pasting, basically.
She has, celebrity or she has the platform. This is the thing. She's got this platform. She's got this magic platform that was gifted to her. It's really a pipeline. If she had a different approach to things, it would have literally pivoted how people would be receiving these products or where her success would be.
That's what I said. And I know you weren't here, but that's what I said, right? Because I'm like, why are you starting at the bottom? You already have everything.
Right.
Everything. And you're messing it up. And I didn't go to business school, but I watched Dragon's Den and Shark Tank, and I'm not that much of a moron. And like, why are you taking the hard way? Why?
Do you think it's maybe down to lack of confidence because this is something new to her?
No, I said it's money.
I think it's money. I think she's just being greedy. And I think she's also unrealistic, not realistic. And I think that she has overestimated her value. She has not underestimated the royal value, but she herself is also factoring into the equation, and she's diluting it by her nonsense.
I love your business breakdown, because that's brilliant. I like that, Manuela. Thank you, because that was a great explanation. Gives you a bit more clarity on how it all works. Because if you're not in the know, you wouldn't have a clue. Sorry, Heather. Carry on.
No. I was just going to say with Manuela. No, I agree. I think Megsy thinks that, and I have to watch my wording because I don't want to swear. Her stuff don't stink. And she's the smartest person in the room. And when she was in the royal family, that was so horrible to her. People were buying her merch, her t-shirts. Lord knows what goes on in England. I don't live there. But if you went to like the gift shop and got something with Megsy and Harry, and she's watching this, oh, look, I'm selling more t-shirts than Princess Catherine or William or the dog. Who knows? And she's like, well, if we go on our own, well, clearly people love me. And
meanwhile,
clearly,
they're buying her shirt more than everybody else because she's the new kid on the block. It's like when you have a family and you have 5 kids and you have your 6th kid. That 6th kid gets extra Christmas presents, gets extra this because they're the new one. So you're the new one. People are completing their collection. It's not because you're magic. It's because the whole thing was magic.
So I think she thought, hey, we're going to just... She talks, and I'm telling you, Manuela, I've listened to every podcast. She loves money, and she has this obsession with being poor, which I don't think she was ever poor before, because I know what poor is, and that's not it. So she just like, I don't know why she has this obsession with saving for a rainy day, or you need more. I need more. I need more. It's something not... Values are not in there. But however, with her leaving the royal family and her thinking that her and Harry would make a fortune in America, they should have stayed in Canada. Now, as another Canadian, and I live in Vancouver, and I've been to Vancouver Island 1,000 times over. Do you think that they should have stayed in Vancouver and they would have done better in a Commonwealth country than in America? Sorry, America.
Good question.
They would have done well in a Commonwealth country as royals, probably not as celebrities, because in Canada we're Canadians. We a famous person sits next to you in a Tim Hortons, you just go hello and you keep going. We are not starstruck at all, right? So we just leave people alone in Canada, right? So I think that autonomy they may have struggled because they obviously, if they wanted privacy and calm and peace, they could have lived anywhere in Canada, especially in Victoria or on Vancouver Island. It would have been brilliant, right? It's gorgeous. But they wanted celebrity. That's why they went closer to the lights, the big flashy lights.
Were they still hungry for fame and to stay relevant?
Because I think she just wanted to be a Hollywood. She wants to be Miss Hollywood. She wants to be Audrey Hepburn, and she wants to be, Liza Minnelli. She wants to be all of them, all wrapped in one. Whoever her icon is, she wants to be that. I think she wants to be more than an Oprah, more than whatever.
Cersei from Game of Thrones. We talked about this earlier. I am telling you, Cersei and Joffrey, they are on the vision board. Let me tell you, because they want to be feared. They want power. They don't want us to look at them. They want us to throw ourselves on the dirt like old school. Don't breathe the same air. I am telling you, the power, you can feel the essence come out. Like, would you go up to her and be like, hey, Megs, how's it going? Like, no. Like, ever. She doesn't seem approachable at all.
Yeah, I would agree. It's just something about it. It's almost like Which I think she thinks that to be royal or to be powerful, right, is to be a snob, is to treat people poorly, is to separate yourself from, everybody else. Being humble is beneath her. Being just normal seems to be beneath her. She doesn't want that. She tries now. Someone in marketing has told her, be a mom, go pick up your kids and do the stuff. So these stories that she says, that's why none of them really come together, because she says a story that she's never really actually lived through, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, but
no, I think, go on,
sorry,
Heather.
I was just going to say, though, if you saw Prince William, King Chuck, Princess Catherine, I wouldn't really feel awkward going up to them and being like, hi. I wouldn't do it to Duchess Delulu because I'd be scared one of her bodyguards would body slam me to the ground, right? Like, she is not approachable at all. But with the royals and with all their fame and all their fortune and but Queen Elizabeth did that as well too. Like, we are like making you feel a part of the family. Clearly we're not, but like you have this delusion that it's okay to go up and talk to her. Whereas with Megxie, I don't get that vibe.
Well, the royal family are there for the people, aren't they? So they're there to what they are working for the people, and that's their kind of role, is to be humanitarians and to do charity work, to visit hospitals, to visit schools, to support all these public services that help build our community and keep our culture alive. So Harry's very used to doing that. She's not. That's not what her MO. She's always had ambition and drive to get to the very top. And I think they're coming from different places, the pair of them. And she doesn't want to stop progressing, whereas he's peaked. He just wants a simple life. I think, personally, I think they want very different things. And that could be causing a lot of strain within that relationship, because
clearly,
well, yes.
Definitely. Hence the mess. Hence the no patience, no time to build things properly. There's really no plan or strategy, because I think she's just trying, like a little hamster in a wheel. She gerbil, she just wants everything. She wants it all. She wants this. She wants to run to the front of the line. And they've had hundreds and years and protocol and procedures and patience and time, and things grow. And then you've got this experience and legacy behind you. She's just fluttering, I just think.
You know what I find funny, though, not to change the subject or anything, but we're still on Megxie here. With Megxie and her wine and her whatever scones and crapola, and she wants to get into hotels. Do you know what I saw the other day? Who was on Gayle King? Paris Hilton. Talking about getting into the hotel business. Bye-bye, Megxie. Not gonna happen.
Look at her last name.
No. Maybe they can collaborate. And
that's not going to happen at all. Paris Hilton wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Right? But I just find it funny that Megxie's talking about getting into hotels, which I think this is why there's all this product coming out, like her jams and stuff. I don't think that she's going to build a hotel. Clearly, they don't have the money for that. But she wants her product in hotels. But I don't know how she would do that without, here in Canada, I kind of just talk about Canada. We have Kraft peanut butter, the best peanut butter known to man. And they're in those little plastic things like you get at IHOP and Denny's or any diner, right? And you take the seal off.
I've been to Denny's.
There's Schmuckers and whatever jam and marmalade, right?
Yeah.
In a little single serving.
Yeah.
But those companies have been around for like 200 years and have had these contracts for 200 years. So I don't understand how Duchess Delulu thinks that she's just going to go into these hotels with jam that sells out in 20 minutes. Well, if you sell it in 20 minutes, how are you going to go into hotels and have stock.
Is she testing the waters and seeing if she's able to cope with expanding? Because I don't think she will. I think she's a bit too chaotic to do that. You have to be consistent as well, and I don't feel like she is consistent. I think she changes her mind quite often. And just going back to the the celebrity stuff and meeting people, what have you. What I find, I've met a couple of celebrities, and they're not what you think they are. So you get a different version of them, and you're very disappointed when you actually meet them in real life. And that's because they're narcissists, and they're very, very good at portraying to be something they're not. And I feel like this is what she's doing continuously. She's we see through it. However, a lot of other people don't, and they continue to want to buy into her brand.
I have met a lot of celebrities in my lifetime.
Yeah,
mainly because of like where I worked and my old
yeah,
and the people who you think are the nice, like I'm gonna shout out Def Leppard, the nicest guys ever. That was the best day at work. They were so nice, awesome guys, and they talked to me for like an hour. I had coffee with them and everything. Amazing people. But there's certain celebrities, and they're normally women, who are not so nice.
Oh, really? Can you name any?
Well, I could. Well, I could. I don't want to get. Well, I don't know who's going to sue me. I'm.
No,
but
we're only a baby channel.
All people that they say that are not nice is true. And the people who have, like Elton John, amazing guy, nicest guy ever. His husband,
you met
very,
Elton
very nice, very, very, very nice. David Bowie was amazing.
Okay,
and like
I want to know the naughty. I want to know the naughty ones, Heather. I want to know the
nicest people
ones.
ever. I've lived in many, 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 many lives.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people in my life.
Yes, and that industry is ruthless anyway, and definitely you have to love yourself a lot to be kind of put yourself out there and think you're fabulous all the time. And that's a narcissistic trait, and this is why narcissists are successful, because the psychology behind it is that they don't have any self-reflection, so they just carry on. They're like they're just like machines. They don't have a stop button because they have no remorse for any bad behavior that they do, and they will literally step all over you to get where they need to be. And if you've got a heart, you ain't making as much money as everybody else. That's just the truth. That's just the truth of it.
Is Manuela waiting? Is she in there? Do you see
No,
her?
I think she's disappeared. Hold on.
Oh no.
No, she's
her
gone.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Her Wi-Fi's
I know. And it's weird at the moment. The internet kind of slows down at the moment. It's been slowing down for a bit. Mine is anyway. Okay, so
we'll see what happens, right? With the Paris Hilton. There's no going against Paris Hilton. Hilton's her last name. Right? And she has, listen, you can like her lump Paris Hilton. She's got a brand. She's worth like $1 gazillion.
But again,
if she put out Jam tomorrow, it would be on be on shelves. Everyone could get it.
She collaborated with Walmart. And she done a pink line for her kitchenware. But that was a collaboration with Walmart. She didn't just put it on a website and pretend that.
But smart. Who do you want to collaborate with?
Yeah,
Walmart.
Walmart.
I don't know if it's worldwide. Do you have Walmart?
So as here in England, Walmart is Asda.
Oh,
it's called Asda, but it's under the
umbrella.
Yes, under the umbrella. Yes. So we actually visited a Walmart and we went to my kids. So imagine this, right? We get to Florida and they want to go to visit Walmart. That's where they really want to go to. I know. It was madness because they've got an Asda here in Clapham Junction.
I know, but you see it on TV and whatever. I get it, right? But like Paris, that's smart. Martha Stewart went into Walmart. I live in Canada. It was Zellers. Martha Stewart was in. And it's amazing. You want to apply to the masses, right? That you can make $1 1,000 times over or make $30 once. Which one do you want?
Oh, well, of course.
And that's like Megzy, right? Like she thinks, oh, well, I made 5 jams at $30, so I made this much money. But you could lower that jam and be consistent and make triple the money. That's just my opinion.
Yes, and I always find that places that do really large markups end up having less custom, because I just think if you just lowered your prices a little bit, you'd have more people walking through your door or what have you. So I always find that bizarre. I think greed is the downfall of a lot of places. So we're going to keep our eye on this website. We're going to come back on Tuesday night when it is Diana's birthday, and we're going to have a look at this wine, the price of the wine, do a bit about, the history of Diana.
Does everyone make bets how much? I'm like Bob Barker. Let's make bet. The price is right. What do you guys
put in
think?
The comments how much you think it's going to be.
Now I said $19.99.
That's so low.
I know. Okay.
That's just not going to happen. If it does,
everyone put their bets in.
Yeah, put it, if you can, in the comments, put how much you think that wine's going to cost, because I'm going to go with $100 now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah. $49.99. Yeah.
You got to get the 99 in there.
You got the 99 is important. Yeah. But so we'll come back on Tuesday night. We're going to do a live for Dinah's birthday. Just in tribute to her.
And I will shout out my Funkos because I love them. Look, there's my Diana.
Oh, that's nice. They don't look anything like the people.
No, but I have to get a shelf because I even have, and it cut off the last time. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I got everybody here. There. Here, I'll put it this way. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Meg's and Harry. So don't tell me whatever, right? But I got the Queen too. Look. With the corgi.
Oh, that's cute. That's my favorite one. I like that. My nan looked like the Queen, actually. Very similar. She was like
Queen,
the Cockney version of the Queen.
I miss her so much.
I know, she was a great person. I do miss her as well. It's the end of an era. Okay, so we'll see you guys on Tuesday night. I'm here with Tina on Monday. We're talking about Andrew Tate and Bonnie Blue. That's going to be quite a good one because we're going to break down their podcast. Someone's saying as well $129. Well, we're going to find out on Tuesday.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like, I picked the wrong number. I'm never going to.
Wouldn't it be amazing? I mean, I'm going to be flabbergasted if it's like $500.
No, it won't be that much.
Oh, do you not think she might just be that cheeky and go?
Well, if it comes in a box, it might, like the collectible box.
Oh my god! Thank you so much, Lisa B, for being my wonderful mod. Everybody in the comments again, thanks for joining us again for the second time this evening. Never done 2 lives in one day.
No, but the last one was heavy. This is fun. Like we're having a good time right now. So thank you, everybody.
And thank you very much for joining me again. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll put Heather's links in the description box as well.
Help a friend out.
Help a friend in need.
I'm Canadian. I'm nice. I use that card everywhere I go. I'm Canadian. I'm nice.
Thank you, and thank you for being my sub for such a long time as well. I appreciate that. You guys have been awesome for sticking with me. All right, take care. Good night, and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.